There's a nearly sacred moment between the world of dreams and the weight of reality. A suspended instant between what was and what is yet to be. It's there, in that delicate and silent space, that the first thought of the day is born. And with it, destiny begins to write itself. This initial thought is not just a fleeting idea. It's a vibrational whisper, an energetic code that triggers mental, emotional, and even physical patterns. It carries a subtle, yet decisive, force capable of shaping everything that will be felt, experienced, and perceived in the hours to come. It's as if, upon opening your eyes, you are choosing which frequency will guide your body, your mind, and your soul throughout the day. And more often than not, you do this without realizing it. At the threshold of awakening, the brain is not yet fully active. Brainwaves still float between alpha and theta, states also accessed during deep meditation. The mind is in transition at this very moment. Judgment still sleeps. The stories we tell ourselves haven't yet been loaded. It's an open field. Pure. Malleable. And everything inserted there leaves an imprint. That's why this moment is so powerful, and so overlooked. Because in the rush of daily life, in the habit of immediately checking your phone or diving into external demands, we lose the most fertile moment of the day. The moment when the soul whispers, and the body still listens. The moment when reality, in its most liquid form, is still being shaped from within. Joe Dispenza, a leading figure in spiritual neuroscience, reminds us that every repeated thought, especially when charged with emotion, rewires the neural and biological circuits of our being. To think, therefore, is to create. And to create is to choose. When that thought happens in the very first minute of the day, it becomes even more influential. It's the foundation. The tone that will dictate the melody. It's no exaggeration to say that your first vibration of the day holds the potential to alter the course of everything. Because the consciousness that awakens is the same that manifests. And if you wake up in fear, scarcity, or self-judgment, that becomes the signature you send to the field. But if you wake up in presence, gratitude, and intention, another universe begins to organize itself around you. In this video, we'll walk together through this gateway to a new understanding. We'll explore how this early morning moment is a portal, a secret key connecting us to the creative power that lives within. We'll dive into the science of the mind, the mystery of vibration, and the practice of awakened consciousness. Because everything begins with a thought. And the first thought of the day is never just a thought. It's a calling. A choice. A frequency. Perhaps you've never noticed that when you wake up, you're in a state of absolute energetic vulnerability. In that instant, before the world floods your mind, you are closer to essence than to narrative. It's as if you're still between worlds, and in this interweaving of realities, your consciousness is about to choose which direction it will vibrate toward. This first thought is not neutral. It activates circuits. Triggers hormones. Fires up memories. Directs your gaze. It's like the first brushstroke on a blank canvas. Even if the following colors change, that first impression will remain as the base. And this base influences everything: your posture, your feelings, your decisions, even how the universe responds to you throughout the day. Here, a deep intersection occurs between neuroscience, quantum physics, and spirituality. Joe Dispenza teaches that thoughts carry an electrical signature, and emotions carry a magnetic one. Together, they form your electromagnetic field, your personal frequency, which, by resonance, attracts realities that match. It is your vibration that makes the call. Not just what you want, but what you are, vibrationally, upon waking. This first frequency is the day's source code. And it emerges from a deeply unconscious place, often driven by old patterns, unhealed traumas, and unexamined beliefs. When you wake up already feeling anxious, tired, afraid, or disconnected, it's not just the day that begins hard, it's the same vibrational field being repeated. The same story being retold without your awareness. But when, instead, you allow yourself a moment of silence, of presence, and consciously choose what thought to welcome, you change the starting point. And by changing the starting point, you change the destination. External reality is a mirror, not of what you mentally desire, but of what you vibrationally align with. That's why beginning the day with awareness isn't a spiritual luxury. It's an essential practice. Because what begins as a morning thought matures into an emotion throughout the day, and blooms into a concrete life experience. Each morning, therefore, is a new chance. A new portal. A new universe waiting to be created from the frequency you choose. There is an invisible point where the night begins to fade and the day hasn't yet started. A moment when the soul still remembers the silence of sleep, but the body is already moving through time. This moment is called the hypnagogic state, a bridge between the unconscious and the conscious, where everything can be reprogrammed. Where everything is still possible. At this transitional moment, your brain is operating mainly in alpha and theta frequencies. These slow, deep waves are associated with meditative states and lucid dreams. This is the terrain where the subconscious mind becomes more accessible, more permeable, more receptive to new information. As Bruce Lipton explains, it is in this state that beliefs are installed, and can also be rewritten. Here, there is no logical resistance, no rational judgment. If you insert an idea at this moment, through a thought, an image, an emotion, it won't just be considered. It will be absorbed. It will become code. That's why, if your first thought of the morning is, "This won't work, another hard day," or "I can't take this anymore," that information is registered directly into the subconscious as emotional truth. And since the subconscious drives 95% of our behaviors, this vibration becomes the backdrop for your entire day. Even if you try to feel better later on, the field has already been set. When you wake up, your brain hasn't yet returned to full beta activity, the alert and critical thinking state. The rational mind is still groggy. This means that, emotionally, we are more open. And everything that reaches us in that moment, a piece of news, a memory, a repressed emotion, has more impact, more power to take root. If you wake up already bombarded by notifications, social media, or a mental to-do list, you are handing over that sacred space to external pressures. You are allowing the world to dictate your vibration before you've even remembered who you are. And over time, that depletes you. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is why so many people feel exhausted even after sleeping. Because it's not just the body that needs rest. The mind needs to awaken with awareness. Waking up isn't just opening your eyes. It's choosing what enters first. It's choosing what will vibrate. Setting an intention upon waking is like lighting a candle in the dark before the mind's noise returns. It's gently telling the universe, "This is the path I want to follow." And this choice doesn't have to be grand. It can be quiet. It can be a deep breath with a loving thought. It can be a simple, heartfelt thank you. Conscious intention is an anchor in the invisible. It organizes your energy even before you organize your calendar. And what's most striking is that, with practice, this small choice begins to change everything. The frequency shifts. The vibration rises. And reality begins to respond in new ways. Because the universe doesn't listen to what you say. It listens to what you vibrate. And upon waking, your vibration is more exposed, more pure, more malleable. It's in that moment that you can plant, with gentleness, the seed of a new world. Within and around you. Every thought that crosses your mind is more than an image or phrase. It is energy. Vibration. Impulse. When you think, your brain emits electrical signals. When you feel, your heart generates a magnetic field. And it is from this interaction, between thought and emotion, that your energetic signature in the world is formed. This is what quantum physics and spiritual neuroscience have shown. We are not just bodies in motion, we are fields in emission. Imagine for a moment that your body is an antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting. When you think, you send an electrical frequency into the field. When you feel, you emit a magnetic frequency. These two energies together form the electromagnetic field that surrounds you. Joe Dispenza explains that this field not only reflects what you are experiencing, it also attracts situations and experiences that match. It's as if every morning is a new broadcast. A new signal sent to the universe. And the question is, what frequency are you starting the day with? Are you broadcasting scarcity, guilt, urgency? Or are you vibrating gratitude, presence, alignment? This broadcast happens with or without your awareness. Even when you're not consciously choosing what to feel, you're still vibrating something. And that vibration is your silent request to the field. Your vibrational call that draws in what you're aligned with internally. There's a moment when the brain and the heart sync. It's when what you think is in harmony with what you feel. When the mind doesn't contradict the heart. This state is called coherence. And it's not just beautiful. It's powerful. The HeartMath Institute has scientifically shown that emotional states like love, compassion, and gratitude create a harmonic pattern between heartbeats and brainwaves. When this happens, the body enters a state of balance. Intuition expands. The electromagnetic field around you becomes more ordered and expansive. In this state, you don't just feel more peace. You create with more precision. Because what vibrates in coherence attracts coherent experiences. And this isn't spiritual theory. It's energetic practice. It's vibrational biology in motion. Upon waking, we have the opportunity to choose not just what to think, but what to feel. And the emotion we choose becomes the foundation of the frequency that accompanies us throughout the day. Emotions like guilt, fear, and resentment carry a dense vibration that contracts the field. Emotions like gratitude, love, and contentment expand it. But it takes more than intellectual knowledge. You must feel it. Allow it. Breathe it in with intention. Recall a memory that warms your chest. Bring to mind a moment of beauty, presence, or connection. This is not fantasy, it's a frequency shift. A realignment between what you want and what you feel. And it is this elevated emotion, when integrated at the moment of awakening, that transforms the day. Because it doesn't just change your vibration. It alters your choices, your perception, your ability to connect. And the world responds. Not with magic. But with resonance. Feeling gratitude before there's an external reason. Feeling love before someone triggers it. Feeling peace even without control. These are the vibrational keys to a reality created from the inside out. And it all begins with the first emotion of the day. In the invisible dance between energy and reality, what you do in the first few minutes of the day has a disproportionate power over everything that follows. It's not about a rigid routine or a checklist of sacred tasks. It's about subtle rituals, simple yet deeply intentional practices that help stabilize your vibration at the exact point where creation begins. It's not about doing more. It's about doing with presence. Before any external stimulus, even before fully opening your eyes, there is a space where the world is still silent. This is the moment to breathe. But not automatic breathing, felt breathing. Inhale deeply through the nose, let your abdomen expand, hold for a few seconds. Then release slowly, as if with the breath, all the weight of old memories and anxious expectations also leaves. This breathing is an anchor. A reminder that you are here. Now. Alive. Connected to something greater. When you breathe with intention, the nervous system slows down. The body aligns. The heart finds its natural rhythm. And the mind begins to surrender control to feeling. You don't need any spiritual effort. Just one full minute of attentive breathing is enough for your vibration to shift. For presence to begin to take root as the fertile soil of your day. With your eyes still closed, allow yourself to imagine the day you want to live. But not as a distant fantasy, as a sensory rehearsal. See yourself in each situation with clarity and softness. Feel your body light, your mind clear, your heart calm. Notice how you respond to challenges with wisdom, how you move with confidence, how you relate with openness and empathy. But more than visualizing images, feel the emotional vibration of what you're creating. Bring out the joy, the peace, the lightness you wish to experience throughout the day. This emotion, when activated alongside the image, creates a deep imprint in the subconscious. And it is this imprint that begins to inform the quantum field about the kind of reality you wish to align with. Tom Campbell, physicist and consciousness researcher, reminds us that the universe responds to clear intention combined with coherent emotion. When you feel as if it's already real, the field responds more swiftly. Not because it's magic, but because your vibration becomes compatible with what you've visualized. Affirmations are more than phrases. They are vibrational declarations. When repeated with presence and feeling, they begin to replace the automatic and conditioned thoughts your subconscious has carried for years. But it's not about repeating just anything. It's about choosing affirmations that genuinely resonate with what your soul recognizes as a possible truth. Some phrases can be quietly said in this transitional moment. Today I open myself to receive the energy of love. Everything I need already lives within me. I choose to begin this day in harmony. I am guided by an intelligence greater than myself. These phrases don't need to convince your ego. They need to touch the field. And for that, it's enough that you say them with presence, as if whispering a truth you long to embody. It's not about force. It's about surrender. Daily repetition of these practices gradually transforms the vibration with which you live. Over time, they're no longer just practices. They become part of who you are. And in this new state of being, reality begins to quietly reorganize itself around you. Because your vibration is no longer reacting to the world, it's shaping it. In the silence between a dissolving dream and the beginning of a new day, there is a choice. A choice so subtle it often goes unnoticed, yet one that holds the power to transform the entire course of your life. Consciously choosing the first thought of the day is more than a habit. It is an act of creation. A gesture of inner power. It is not about controlling what will happen, but about aligning with the frequency you wish to emit. It is understanding that your external reality, no matter how complex or challenging, is merely a reflection of the predominant vibration you sustain within yourself. And that vibration begins, quietly, with the first emotion you allow yourself to feel upon awakening. At that moment, eyes barely open, body still halfway between worlds, you decide whether you will be reactive or creative. Whether you will continue to live in the echo of past pain or open space for a new story, not yet lived, but already felt. And this decision does not need to be grand. It only needs to be real. The daily practice of waking with intention, elevated emotion, and presence is not a magical formula. It is a reconnection with the rhythm of the soul. A daily reminder that you are not at the mercy of chance, but in intimate dialogue with the field. And the field responds. Always. When you allow yourself to awaken with awareness, something within you begins to remember who you are. Not the one who suffered. Not the one who lost. But the one who feels, who intuits, who creates. The one who, even in the midst of pain, still carries within the spark of transformation. Because the universe is not waiting for you to become perfect. It's only waiting for you to say yes. Yes to the new vibration. Yes to presence. Yes to your own truth. And that yes, can begin with a single thought. A conscious thought. A silent frequency choice. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, listen to what your soul wants to say before the world gets loud. Breathe. Feel. Choose. And remember, the first thought of the day is not just an idea. It's a frequency. And that frequency creates worlds.